Welcome to another experience brought to you by yours truly. Actions really determine a lot of things, as well as it reveals things. The purpose behind it, the plan behind it, the thought behind it, the sentiment behind it, so forth. So your purpose always indicates what you are doing or not doing with yourself in its exact form, as well as your vision explains how you are living your purpose. Just like your goals, they enable you to realize what your vision truly is. So in a nutshell, your innermost dominant thoughts as well as needs become your outermost tangible reality. See, it's your state of mind, which is the sum total of what you believe, what you value, how you conceptualize your identity, how you conceptualize your expectations, and how you distribute aspects of your attitude, and what type of habits do you form and break away from. What type of decisions do you make, and more importantly, how you formulate your opinions, and how you develop your patterns of thinking about yourself, others, and the life that you live, and how it works around you. See, it's what you use to filter through which you interpret, which you decide to utilize, what you decide to see, and what you decide to experience. So your state of mind shapes and molds your life and draws to you the exact results that you are in the sum total of your belief with, So it's either you are, ushering what you want or ushering what you're trying to avoid, and it's that, exact reflection of that, right, that brings into fruition. So what you believe will happen. Not only it will happen, it has happened, and it is happening now, because you always live in the right now. Yeah, so the range of what you observe and do is limited by what you didn't notice or fail to notice, or come to the realization of. So ingenuity in your perception is the search of options. Keep that in mind. Have that mind in you. Just like the aspect of focus or concentration is the elimination of the ingenuity, because it creates, blindness, and most people make the grave mistake that, due to certain things, often their foolishness, their arrogance, youthful arrogance, or their pride. Now, pride is just arrogance expressed, and youthful arrogance is something that is not measured, in its proper weight and balance. And it's seen to be manufactured or manifested in the production of assuming that the thought patterns of how your possible opponent might think, But again, I can't stress this enough. You can't fit, 16 years of added experience into the mindset of an impressionable 24-year-old brain. It's what my mentor used to tell me. You can't really fit, my years of experiences into your mind, You know, you're not able to decode everything that takes place, the exact ingredients, what it takes to basically build upon that. Why I stress, you have to think about your thoughts, because thinking derives from not knowing. And, knowing something and observing something is entirely different, especially when you fail to realize someone is actually much wiser with more life experiences and has lived it before you were even thought of. See, what holds you together is your lies, and they only become truth to you when you strive hard enough to believe it. But those beliefs are errant, and don't register without consequence. You often think that it's the quantity of what you observe over the quality of what you observe. That's where you're wrong. See, you don't become something just because you read an article or a book, It's beyond the level of information that you might have received on Google about Nuance to enhance what kind of perspective that you have, right? This is a perspective you're trying to create, not something that's innate. And knowing this truth, you only know how to affect a cause, because everything is according to the lens of your perception. Now, if I can give you an example, a mind that's frail and limited by their own youthful error can't foresee or perceive the mind that operates in a 13-dimensional level, but frames everything from a standpoint of a more myopic lens to confuse the self-proclaimed wise. Remember what God said? He would use the shameful things of the world to confound the wise. See, what makes you no different from others is that you overestimate yourself and underestimate, others based on what is actually shown or being used to be shown. Now, are you familiar with the game of frisbee or yo-yo? More importantly, can you observe things in a space of knowing? Now, in the space of thinking, right? Now, you can observe a player in the space of thinking, right? You can see his moves and still not know how to stop it, Everyone observed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's skyhook, but no one could stop it because he knew the quality and the velocity of why nobody could fuck with it. Now, welcome to the Ice Turner experience. Something that you can't define, but you can only experience this through me. So, putting yourself or attempting to fit yourself in my shoes, you'll not only trip and fall over yourself, but you will, create new traumas and new wounds, because you don't know the exact steps that it took to become, who I am, young grasshopper, because all of my methods, involve and evolve around telling the truth and being the truth, because I know how effective the cause is once it sets in. See, the truth, can be offensive, but it can also be the very thing that makes you free through acceptance, But obviously, you struggle with that. Just because you might read, something on Google or listen to some videos, doesn't exactly make you that way. Just because you might have listened to my material before through observation, but don't have the experience of how to connect what I'm saying. Doesn't make you an expert of knowing me. How you can have the internet raise you, but you still won't understand how I was made. You know, I wasn't made from a computer. I was made, you know, in the image and likeness of my knowledge. You know, that will always define me. See, you can learn vocabulary, you can learn concepts from a book, but your heart defines your character and who you truly are. See, the parody is where you went wrong, because it, displayed what you fear, others noticing and taking shape in their minds, later on about you. But what you fail to really observe is that, those thoughts were already there. I just put things into notice. But actually, you beat me to the punch. I just pointed that out. And also what you fail to observe is that I know that you don't do well with neglect or someone disregarding you. Now, do you remember my first upload? The title and how to bait them into baiting you. See, I've been putting my plan in motion in your mind the whole time. I'm just buying up real estate. Now, you ever play yo-yo, frisbee? It's a great game. See, I know how you feel, and it's how you feel of your world, not what you think of your world, and how you have a habit of clothing others' actions or perceived actions, perceived thoughts, right, with how you feel. Well, riddle me this. When have you ever seen me become unglued? When have others seen you become unraveled, right in front of your audience, at the leisure of me just relaxing with my feet up and just sharing my opinion? Now, how can you think from my lens, right, when your mind is too short to box? And the way that we, mentally knuckle up is unorthodox. But wait, then again, this all derives from thinking and not from knowing. That's why your counter move was impetuously, anticipated. Not only was it an epic failure, but it's also a direct indicator of how much control you don't have over yourself and how much I have over you.